Who's ready? Who's ready for some boom, baby, boom? Rise and shine. It's the morning marijuana motivation time. I'm your host with the most, is Marquis Saint. Look at the cats getting in. Meow, meow. Cats on shirts. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, he's all the way up there, dude. It's morning motivation time. I'm Mark Saint. This is Saint's Addiction. I've already had my morning motivation. I had a half joint from earlier yesterday, but I'm just waking up and finding out that my boy Nick got bit by a dog, bro, right in his foot. Shit got real. And that's some real energy right there, dude. I've been talking about it this whole morning, but this morning motivation, we're going to talk about speaking in energy and how the things that we do speak louder than the things that we say. This is going to be a deep subject. I might as well roll another one because it's already the morning motivation. I just missed 3 messages. Boom, baby, boom. Let's go. So, goes to show who you are. Shout so loudly I can't even hear you, you know? If you're drunk and not watching out, you're stepping on dogs, they'll bite your foot. If you're wasted and you're getting angry, odds are you'll act out. And the way we really feel inside gets more exposed than what we try to hide from other people. Isn't that weird? To get wasted and go into a bar and show your whole ass, exposing yourself for the way you really are, you know, the way that you really are. Really, you're drinking at the bar because you want confidence. Everybody wants liquid bravery. Who doesn't want to fucking have the right words and be fearless in front of a woman, right? Right? But what also ends up happening is we start becoming half of who we are. We start fumbling. We start fucking mumbling and fumbling, talking about weird things. Acting weird, being weird, you know, being a creeper, all that energy ends up coming out because that's what we speak in. We speak in energy, you know. If we're really not feeling ourselves on the inside, it's going to show on the outside. I can't fucking believe it. The other girl was like, yeah, I left your room and went and banged some other dude. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? You know what I mean? Like, okay, you know. You're speaking in energy. She's like, you know, you would never understand. And I guess I'm like, I guess I don't understand. I don't understand girls banging me, and then go banging in some other dude in the same night. I guess so. What about bringing me to the toilet and trying to have sex with me in a bathroom, and then start jumping all over another dude or all the dudes at the bar? You know, there's so much mixed messages that I was like, I got to start speaking in energy. I can't just be interpreting things anymore. No ma'am, no sir. I got to be able to discern what's happening. Are you holding that guy's hand? You know what I mean? Are you only holding my hand when my girlfriend's not looking? You know what I'm saying? Are you slick with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what it is? It's all subversive. And if I'm not paying attention to the body language and the actions of the person, that I'm not really reading the situation properly? Is that what's ended up happening? Because that's probably what's happening right now. You know, it's me not assessing the energy that the person is distributing. And that's what I was like, okay, there's one way of reading it, right? You could read one way is like where they're from and what's their ethnicity and subversive shit like that, how they're dressed and the way they portray the world. That's the first mask, right? We're talking about real masks. We're talking about people wearing all sorts of masks that they never ever get to see, and then all of a sudden their energy speaks. You can see the darkness in their eyes. You can feel the pain in their voice. You can see these things with energy glasses, right? Like, you know what I mean? If you were to watch somebody's core jump up and do these things, this is what we end up seeing. Yeah, you can see it. Join Weed Club. We got plenty of weed. We're gonna roll the morning motivation. You know what I'm saying? But the thing of who you are, right? You know, the decisions that are getting made, the way that you feel inside, all of those things that shout so loud that it doesn't matter what kind of clothes you're wearing. It doesn't matter how much money you got in your bank account. Who you are, the person that you are, when no one else is looking, will dictate the way that things are going to be. And that's the thing, most of us, we sit in some kind of false reality where we go, oh, I have a contract that the person has to obey. Try hiring somebody for a day. Sure, you hired them, sure, you trained them, but they don't have to stick around. As soon as they have a boyfriend that's in trouble and in jail, they're taken off, or they got to go to the hospital, or maybe they don't have any gas money, right? All that stuff plays in our heads and plays in our lives of making our decisions in between times. So you're over there sitting there going like, okay, this person said X, Y, Z. They said they would do it for me. And then all of a sudden they got better shit to do. They got priorities. They have selfishness. They have other things going. And that's what I was telling the other girl that was like, oh, they took me out to the waterfall, but they didn't give me my bag back fast enough. And I was like, yeah, because they're on an island. They're ready to play. Your bag sitting in their room that they held for you is their last priority, bro. Who's going to give a shit about any of that, bro? No one's going to give a shit about any of that, but be selfish, care about their ultimate intent, how much fun that they're having, and getting what they really, really want. And that's what I just started seeing, you know what I mean? Whether it's a girl jumping from dude to dude, like it happened again last night. The Thai girl that we paid for her what do you call it, her bar fine so she can come hang out with us before Nick fucked off and got his foot bit. She was hanging all over me. Next thing you know, she was like, nope, I'm gonna hang out by myself. Another dude came up, she started dancing and kissing on him. It doesn't matter on this island. Everybody's on rotation. You can have sex and somebody could want to have sex with someone else, and all this energy for me trying to hold up a chick for 2 hours at a bar during Christmas, and then the dude wanted to fight me thinking I was trying to hold her up and be a groper. And I was just like, dude, you can't win from losing. The energy is so loud sometimes. It's like it doesn't even matter what is going on. I was like, stay away from this girl, dude. Not only is she all over everybody, but she's also causing a fight the next day. And then I saw her out at the bar again, trying to get drunk, pulling the same thing. And she was like, what, you're afraid of me? And I'm like, I'm not afraid of you. I just learned to stay away from you. You know what I mean? I learned that if I touch you or bite into that apple, that bad things are gonna fucking happen, bro. And that's what I was learning about, is when I look with my energy glasses, and see that this person's bad for me, I'm like, I better stay away. If I look with my beer goggles, I'm thinking she's a hot Phoenix chick that I almost banged, you know what I mean, in the bathroom in the back. When I'm thinking that way, I'm like, ooh, that's what I really want. And then I put energy behind it, and I end up chasing her from bar to bar for about 2 hours till she hops in the arms of some other dude. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm just like them. I'm the one that's getting a couple ass feels. I'm the one that's got a random girl without consent in my arm. And now I'm the one that's got to babysit. And I was like, let him babysit, bro. Let me get somebody else that's less high maintenance and easier to get along with, and, doesn't put up so much of a fuss or cause so much drama. That's the energy that I'm speaking. It's like being Dennis the Menace. When you're around people that, they seem to always have a problem for every solution, that everyone's always raping them, or they're always assaulted, or they're always the victim. They're painting that energy. That I'm seeing in their energy that they are that type of person, that they look at things and they want certain things to be a certain way. So guess what they do? They play it that way. They play it as a victim, because that leaves them in a light that shows that they're right, or they did everything that they could, or nothing went wrong, or they're foolproof. Because if you have constructive criticism and you said anything at all, she was like, oh, you're validating their point and all these other things. And I was like, no, I'm trying to add some data set to your confusing situations that you get yourself into. Obviously, you're a drama queen. Obviously, you should probably stay away from guys that are trying to get in your bungalow. You're letting dudes use the bathroom, and then all of a sudden you wake up, or you go in and they're falling asleep on your bed. Then you decide to lay down next to them. That's on you. I can't help people that make their own mistakes and drill holes in their own canoe. That I'm not interested in any of that at all. I was just like, you know what, fuck that, dude. I'm trying to read in energies. I'm trying to, that's the best. There's coding, right? You can speak computers, but if you can speak energies, you can see if somebody's already had a bad day and they've already been fighting with their children, wife, or kids, or whatever. you're going to be like, I need to be a little bit more gentler to that soul. Maybe that person needs a smile. Maybe those dark eyes need positivity. And we're going to join Weed Club again because I already smoked one for the nation. But it is Saints Addiction, so we're going to have to start this show proper. But bro, what a fucking trip for us to actually legit see people's auras and energy. I mean, that's part of our business, and we call, I love the name aura, but automated user response agent, but like to respond to your own agency, to see your energy, and if you're interacting with people properly. I'm so grateful this morning that I woke up sober and not bit by a dog and not in pain and not having something chasing my leg and causing me injury. Instead, I was fully aware of my faculties. If the girl wanted to run off and do the same thing with another dude, go ahead, let it be. I'm not interested in any of those things. If you want to be that way, let it be that way. If that's the way it is, you're playing your energy. Like they say, congratulations, you played yourself. And that's what it is. We're playing ourselves. We do such a good job on covering up, like, oh no, I would never, the daytime person, the halo person, the person that's wearing a halo, never shows up at night, right? The freaks come out at night, and then the halo starts growing horns, and this is when you find yourself in the back alleys doing some sexual things or some drug things or some weird things, and you're like, oh, I would never be this way. And then Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde shows up, and it's like, yeah, the doctor that was up in the morning is gone. The Hyde, Mr. Hyde, he's out and about, and he's ready to play and do some naughty fucking things. And I'm telling you, some of the most straight-laced looking motherfuckers are down there at Walking Street trying to pick up prostitutes. It's a trip. It's your accountant, fathers, attorneys. It matters not. You don't get to see these Epstein files. You don't get to see all these guys pulling their power around. And why do you think they stay in power positions? That's the energy. Follow the energy. People that can tell other people what to do. Or like this one was a primary school teacher, but she was a certified freak. Of course, you don't want to think that your teacher wants to get her fucking rocks off, but she does. You don't get to see what that regular dude with the button-up shirt looks like on the other side of his mask. We have to read an energy. We have to see people that come into rooms or light up, or when the kids get all quiet, like the other dude that likes to pick on them from across the street, the girls get all in freeze mode. I'm reading that energy. They don't even have words to tell me. They can't even speak English, but I can read their energy. It's like, this dude's not a good dude. And I don't know why that dog bit Nick. Not that Nick's not a good dude. I think he wasn't paying attention, to be honest, and stepped on this poor dog. But the energy is real. Dogs see it, cats see it, children see it. We do. We read a lot in energy, and especially women. They're designed to watch our faces and see in a child that can't speak for itself what's wrong with it, and establish a solution. This is what we're doing. We're walking into situations that require solutions. They require solutions from us to adapt and see a situation and go, okay, here's your pivot. This is what you can change, because there's a lot of energy that doesn't go my way. Sometimes I remember one time, 3 girls I was going with, I literally was just talking to the girl, hanging out with her for an hour. Dude comes up, says what's up to me. I barely know him, but he's really saying what's up to the girl. Within 5-10 minutes, they were over there making out. I was like, God damn it, bro. I went to the next bar. Another girl that I liked was making out with someone. And then I went to the next bar, and another girl that I liked was making out. I was like, 3 girls making out with somebody else but me. It's time for me to go home. I'm reading the energy. It's like reading the room. Look up, you got to read the room. See what's going on with people. Why are things going the way that they're going? And why aren't they going my way? And if it isn't my way, get off the fucking highway. Get away from people that aren't going in your direction the same way, and say, this isn't for me. I think we've all been to a party and we read the room and we're like, this isn't my style, or been in a bar and that's not my favorite kind of music, or been around people that we just didn't jive with. That's what I'm talking about. Reading energies. We do it all the time, subversively. It's not like we take a course. It's not like you go to Sunday school, or they teach it in class, or you learn it in college. No, this is something you learn on the fly when you're a kid on the playground. Some kids you don't want to get near. Maybe they're sick. Maybe it's something we learned as a civilization to be like, okay, identify sickness and stay away from it. That could be a part of it too. All I'm saying is that there's energy in it. There's like a sadness in some of these drunk people's eyes, and I could just see it. Just so much pain. It made their eyes darken. Or people that have lost things, they wear it on their heart, and then yeah, they just met strangers, but they might be talking about their lost baby, and an hour later, she's gone, and I'm still talking about it days later. Like it's energy like that. Energy's in the conversation. If you're with somebody that you get the right vibration from, if you're getting dopamine from the subjects, the way they're making you feel, and their laughter, you'll stay in front of them. If you don't like their vibe, instantly you'll be walking away. You're not going to say anything, but you're just going to be walk away, walk back to your friends, walk where the dopamine is. And that's how slick we are. This is how clever we are as people to go get the energy that we're seeking. It's also dopamine. It's also serotonin. It's also oxytocin. This girl was all hugging on me like she wanted to be in my arms all night, and then next thing I know, she was dancing with another dude. Energy speaks louder than words. And we have to discern, make a decision with a good assessment of the situation and go, am I reading this energy properly? Am I about to marry somebody that really wants to marry me? Am I about to join a job because I'm in fear of money, or because I really like this position? Do I like the people and the way that they respond to me? Everybody talks about work culture and energy and co-symbionts and all these things. You want that kind of energy. You want that kind of correspondence, especially in your relationships. Are we codependent on each other? Are we helpful to each other? You know what I mean? Do we make a good team? A lot of these things we talk about compatibility. Like, is this somebody I could be in a long train ride, or go traveling with, or do a class project with? It's a lot of those things. What's up, Bass? Thanks for saying what's up, man. Thanks for the subscribes too, you guys. I've been desperately trying to get to 10,000 subs, so hit them up, you know what I'm saying? Like Tupac said, hit them up. Oh, beautiful women walking by, boys. Beautiful women walking by. Who knows? Hello, I see you, bro. I want to see her too. Shit, I don't know what's going on. I'm doing more motivation and some definite motivation walking by. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. Long black hair, beautiful dress. What if she comes back? She is headed back. And I'm in my underwear, don't even care. I'm gonna sit over here. I want to say something to her. Watch me hit on this girl. Yes, blessed. She's so gorgeous. Oh my God. Sorry, cop. Look at that. Actually, I've seen her before, so yeah, the day is good. Beautiful women walking by, people rolling by. There's action, and there's energy in businesses too. Shit, if the doors are open and people start talking, there's energy in on that. And you'll feel the energy when you're talking with somebody. Like, am I about to have sex with this person? Am I about to meet someone that I love? Or am I going to meet a lifelong friend? There's so much of this in the conversation. There's so much in between what you're saying. There's so much vibration and energy and almost like batteries getting close to each other. We're magnets, man. And when we come to each other, there's like vibrations that you really can't see are kind of arcing between us and you and me and our eyes and what we're looking at. Are they checking you out, what you're wearing? Thank you guys for the likes, man. Make sure you hit the subscribes too. And all of that is transferring. They don't have a class for it in school. No one's letting you know, but you're feeling it. we're all feeling these things. It's universal. Am I safe with this person? Is this person telling the truth? Do I trust them? You know, all these things are rapid fire. And I remember going to the BU seminar, and we did a course where we just walked around and faced a stranger. You know, multiple people said, do I trust you? Do I not trust you? And just walk to another person. And you'd be surprised how many people, I don't trust you. And then just walk off. I trust you, right in your face. And you go, I don't trust you, right to your face. And you're just like, God damn. So, you know, it's like being, you don't know who the serial killer is. You don't know who's about to pop off. I usually say anybody that's smoking weed waiting by the bus stop, you know, is probably not the serial killer. But you know, that's just one way of assessing the situations. But you will have to read the room. You will have to read in energy, and you will have to read your energy to be able to adapt in life. They don't talk about this in the 48 laws of power, but there's a lot of interceptions there that we're missing, or that we're doing as human beings, as mammals, you know, especially when you're on an island and everybody starts acting like monkeys and showing their teeth, and we got canines, and maybe we hit when we like someone, or we get jealous and we start to go on the prowl and go on the hunt. I've been there where I'm looking at the girl and I'm like, are you really going with this other dude? And I'm like, I should just walk away. I'm so grateful that I did. You know, we don't come with warning signs. It's not like they're sitting above our head and just be like, stay away, you're not going to like this adventure. No, you're going to have to go into that adventure. You have to get into the ride, book the trip, and then next thing you know, you're on this wild ride with this wild person, and you don't know what you're gonna get, and you're never gonna know. So like, you never know unless you go, and then you're committed to your time, energy, money, your money, energy, attention, and time into this journey, into this ride, and you're just like, fuck, dude, I'm on this magical carpet ride I didn't sign up for. Sure, that's what it's like. But you know, that's what it's like being on an island where you can't just rapidly be some other place. You know, my buddy's like, I'm all the way in Chai Chat. I was on the phone with him. He should have just came straight to me, but he got bit by a dog. It could have happened anywhere, dude. Like, you know, you can fall off your bike at any time. You can get bit by a dog at any time. You can lose your phone at any time. That's all sorts of shit that's weird like that you don't know why that energy is coming your way. You don't know why you're losing your bike keys. You don't know where your phone is. You don't know why you got bit. You know, I look at energies. And thinking that maybe that is a good time to quit and not be up at 5 a.m. You know, I've been going home at like at least 12 midnight, 1, 2, 3 in the morning, just because I cut myself off, and I'm like, I'd rather have my sleep and more of my day and more time in the sunshine than burning my candle at both ends. And you can see that energy, whether it's like I'm staying up all night, I'm king of the hill, but in the morning I'm at the bottom and I have to climb all the way back up again. So, you know, it's like that, what's it, euphysicist, I forget, rolling this ball up this proverbial hill. It's an infinity hill. You keep rolling it up and it keeps rolling back down. That's what it feels like in addiction. That's what it feels like somebody that's been struggling, and why the problems become so insurmountable, because it's become steeper. The ball becomes heavier. I'm so grateful that I'm sober in the morning and my head's working for me and I'm not in pain and everything feels good, and I love my life and I love my body and I love my mind, body, and soul. I can touch this vessel and it takes me places and it lets me observe experiences and taste these pleasures. If it wasn't for that, you know, life wouldn't really be lived. I'm looking at energies like, wow, dude, this is really happening. Like some of the dreams that I had, I manifested it. I said, I want to get laid on New Year's, done deal. I want to kiss like I'm back in high school, done deal. I want to get rid of all of my designs. I'm almost there, you know. I'm almost out of stickers, almost out of designs. So it's been a fantastical journey to be able to manifest things into my reality and experience them honestly, totally, and completely, instead of being inebriated and maybe I forget, or maybe I'm so numb that I can't accept it or actually get the energy. If I am off in my energy, right, I'm already fucking myself up, and I'm already what did they say that, you know, if it doesn't come, yeah, If it doesn't come out straight, it's going to come out awkwardly later or something to that effect, right? So, if you're not right inside, right, things aren't going to go right for you on the outside. Your energy is going to be way the fuck off. You'll be butting heads with a lot of people. Maybe you're going through some shit that you're not even cognizant of. This is weird. Our consciousness bringing up old shit, or what do you call that? Ruminating on something that's in our minds, or maybe it's some stress. Any of that makes us get off of our equilibrium and our homeostasis, and the thing that keeps us right in the head, right? And then we get out of our head and it comes out of us awkwardly, and then we start arguing with our friends and family, first and foremost, the people that are closest to us. Isn't that so weird? So you got to really watch your energy. You got to watch the energy of other people. I know I'm a big energy reader because my dad was an alcoholic. They say that when your parents come home, you don't know if you're coming home to safety or danger, and to read the room is like, is he coming home drunk and angry, or is he coming home to make peace, and be happy and gregarious, you know what I mean? You're gonna read that shit. You're gonna go into bars and be like, okay, it looked like someone's mom died. You're gonna be like, I'm out of here, you know what I mean? Or you can go into some situations where you're like, I'm lit up. These are my people. I found my tribe. Like, I can talk about anything. Let's talk about aliens. Let's talk about politics. Let's talk about world travel. Your vibe will attract your tribe. So in that scenario, you'll be able to see if these are the energies of people that have been talking shit about you. Yep. Are these people that don't make eye contact anymore? Don't say hi, shake your hand weird. Girls are great at it. The side eye, the judgment, the staring at the other girls. What are they wearing? What do they look like? Guys miss all of that shit. We're not reading the energies. We're not reading their eyes. We're reading their tits, and we can read their eyes way more better. It'll tell us everything we need to know, is if they're feeling us or they're feeling someone else, And these are all key assets and data that we need to make better decisions, and that's just what I see. So, I've been seeing a lot of energies, especially on the islands, and the way that people interact or how they change up. They change up. And read that change up when they start becoming particular or making snide comments or always just off the cuff, being just weird. Stay away from that energy. That's that shit you just don't need. You had an opportunity to read your instincts and or maybe the dog or something to that effect, and say, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Now that I see that they were in pain, that's why they reacted that way. Or that now that I see that they are that way, they say trust people when they show you who they really are. Yeah, you want to read those energies. You don't want all the eulogies at my cousin's funeral of all the people talking good about him when they treated him bad when he was alive. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about that energy, what kind of energy you give other people, how you interpret energy and how you receive it, and then also how you read it. It's going to give you an opportunity. Sawadi Kab, it's going to give you an opportunity to read people, and get a chance to actually see genuineness in their eyes, if they're aito, really real, or if they're going to be playing games and causing you a real headache. You know what I mean? So the choice is up to you, how you read the room, how you read people's energy, how you read your own energy. But I promise you will bump into energies. And I also want you to subscribe too, because I'm trying to get to welcome to Thailand. I've been here, Sipapi, nah. Sipapi, I follow you. Yeah, thank you for the subscribe. Thank you, Kapuna Kaab. Yeah, because I'm getting the 10,000 subscribers come hell or high water. That's my goal for 2026, is kill this game and, interact with my my audience more and answer any questions anybody has before I get off this thing. But yeah, Sabai nah. We're very good here. We're good over here, dude. We're doing really good. We're doing the morning motivation, and we're having a good time because my energy feels good, and people are responding. We were winning last night. Each guy had a girl in hand. Two of the best DJs, my friends, were there. Free food, free pool, freedom. So, I live a blessed life, and I'm so grateful. Got the girls in the inbox right now. I got to get going, but thank you for watching the show. My name is Ninao. Thank you, Thank you very much, Ninao. You look pretty, dude. You should model for me. Anyway, reliablemodels.com. Go ahead, fill that out. that's my show. I'm gonna get back to my life. You know what I mean? And every morning, the morning motivation. You already know. Like, share, and subscribe below. But as always, peace and love. Peace and love. And goodbye. That means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. The other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world, because that's where I'll be. Peace. Sai, say goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Sai. Love of my life. See you on the other side. Damn. Son, my man, waking up like a model. Can't tell. Thank you, bro. I don't know how to speak. Sorry. It's okay. We'll see you on the next show. Peace.